Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. Today we will go and work on the drill ship. You can see that there's a cockpit now and an oxygen generator. I added this because I had to investigate something. Down there, there were flying debris or drifting debris, and I wanted to see what this is. And this was a whole lot of single components flying there, and a metal debris, these leftover plates and all that stuff. Some stuff I picked up. I don't know where that came from. It could be the EEM mod that just put that there. It looked like a trail. Some ship had, don't know, a mishap and left a trail of stuff there. I don't know if maybe the ship shot something up that I didn't see or so, and that's why we have a cockpit already and this oxygen generator. I have to admit that the three thrusters to the front are not enough to counter this thing. We will have to add more thrusters anyways, and I will have to change the small ship seat a bit because these I need to change this for a conveyor block and not the normal conveyor tubes, and that needs to be changed, but that's not our concern for now. I will do that later. For now, we want to add stuff that we need. I want to go with 3 drills. I already packed basically the drills into my hotbar, and what I want to do is I want to space them out a bit with a conveyor block or a how's that thing, conveyor, small conveyor, whatsoever. And then I want to have the 3 drills on here and have them spaced this way so that I can go and use some more conveyors to connect this, and then have medium conveyor blocks that I can stack behind the drills, because we don't have a lot of space back here to put some containers on here. And the good thing is that for this ship, where we just harvest resources with, the normal small conveyors are enough to transport the resources through, so this can connect up to this connector can connect with the conveyors, and this one, when there's a connection, and then can pull through the resources, or is able to be pushed through the small conveyors. And the for a later iteration of maybe a transport ship that also transports components or something like that, or a welding ship or so, then we need to take a look at, for example, a way to make this whole thing with large connections. That will be a bit of a thing where I might have made a bit of a boo-boo, because we could have pushed the reactor back and put a conveyor on the connector. Today is not my day to record. I'm feeling not too well, and I'm not sure where that comes from again. But I will push through this. Again, 3 drills should do the trick for us, and I want to now connect this up to the back, and maybe again have some containers on here. Let us see how big they are. I want to go with medium containers because medium containers are 3 by 3 and we can connect them on the side with the small connections, I would say, and just lead them to back here. Then we will make it a bit higher and a bit wider by putting some blocks on the containers. The containers are pretty brittle, I would say, and so we should protect them from contact with walls or something like that by putting some, let me show you what I want to do, putting some blocks on the side, on the top, on the bottom, so that we can protect these. Oh, on the bottom is a bit problematic because of the landing gear. This doesn't work out too well. So that's one thing we will have to see. Maybe we don't need too much on the bottom. I usually don't tend to just drive a ship into an asteroid, so we might be able to just get away with it on the sides, on the top, and not on the bottom or so. Or we have to move the landing gears. But the problem is we can't move the landing gears. They have to be there so that the connector can still make a connection. I will take a look at this later. For now, let me go and grab the pocket landing gear, and I will put the next landing gears down here so that the cargo containers don't get into problems when I land, that the cargo containers in the front here don't hit the ground too hard or something like that when I land. That should be good. Okay, let me make the connection here, and then I will come back to you and we will continue building the ship, I would say. I think I found a solution for our problems on the bottom, because a thing I always forget and I always don't think of is that we now have half blocks. And I know that the build box is full size, but as far as I know, the hitbox itself is not full sized. So the blocks will at least stay a bit above the surface that we are landing on. And because with this ship we will not land on planets, the surface that we land on will always be pretty smooth. That's a good thing. So see that? The landing gears are a tiny bit higher than the blocks. So, or lower, deeper. they are a bit, just a tiny bit higher. So they should stand above the ground. So let us see if that works out. We'll do that outside here so nothing gets hopefully damaged too much. See that? This is so nice. This is really nice. Okay, but the problem that we still have is, and I already added some thrusters, you can see that, where if we put more and more armor on the ship, although it's just light armor, that thing will get pretty heavy and then it will get pretty unwieldy. So we might have to think how we can solve this problem. I'm not sure. The main thing that Keen a lot does with ships in their trailers and all that stuff is using a lot of hydrogen, and we have. I deliberately put an oxygen generator on here to have oxygen always with me when I drill, but now we also could use it for some hydrogen. But I'm not sure if we are able to put out a lot of hydrogen if we just use the oxygen generator. We will have to see. There's no real space for one of the tanks. That's the problem that we have. But on the other hand, it moves pretty well at the moment. So if we don't go too crazy, it should be good. But it's a drill ship. It doesn't need to be totally crazy fast. I just want to go somewhere, and then it needs to be able to hold a lot of ore, and that's the main thing of this ship. So we will see. I will continue to build this. I hope that this form already is acceptable to you, but I will have to do some more work. The bottom will be a bit... If I would use normal landing gears, the whole thing, I think I would be able to do a lot more with the bottom, but on the other hand, I really like these moving landing gears. Let me see. Is it pocket gear? Gear, save. Gee, let me go into the grooves I want to. And I want to deploy retract. Ah, this is so cool. This is so nice. I really like that. And we can just deploy it again. Ah, I like this. I really like this. Getting rid of the landing gear, not having to see it all the time is a thing that I really find neat. Good. Yeah, let me do some more work, and then I will come back to you, and maybe we have something finished then, and we can make a bit of a short trip to go and mine something. What I'm always trying to do is to have something in between a vital component and yeah, and rock for my drill ships or something like that. So that's why, for example, I'm trying to always bring blocks in between open areas. I'm not sure if I also want to have some here. We'll think about that later, but that's why I'm doing these bracings around, for example, the cargo blocks, or that's why I did these bracings atop of the reactor, although it exceeds my maximum height. But the good thing is that if you think about then being able to not only place full blocks but also half blocks, then hey, then suddenly the maximum height maybe can be there can be a bit of leeway with it. I have some holes still in there, and for me this is an industrial ship, so it doesn't need to be completely closed off or something like that, but sometimes I would like to fill in holes like that, just to don't know, just to close it, to have it not open anymore. But on the other hand, I'm always happy if you can see something on the inside. If you can see, okay, there's a component, there's a component. I'm not sure. You might want to give me suggestions or maybe have something to say about that. So I added 4 of the stone dusters. That's a mod. I will include that because I that's then only 2 mods on the whole ship, and again, I'm playing a modded world, so why not add some mods to everything? And I think that they are nice mods. The stone dusters here, I've put them on this ship because this ship has no way to get rid of stone. I could have some droppers, or however they are called. Not droppers. How are they called? Ejectors? Ejectors, I think. But I don't have a gravity generator as far as I know. There is no small gravity generator, so we can't speed that stuff up and leave that behind. We would have a cloud of rocks around us, and that's nothing I really like. So the stone dusters will do here. I try to enclose everything so that it is protected from the rock if you have to maneuver in an asteroid or close to an asteroid. Then it's always good to protect the vital components of the ship. That's why I've also put in blocks here. I might add some more here. But I always want to have a buffer or a bumper in between stuff like the thrusters and the reactors and all that stuff, so that I don't crash into voxels with that. That's always good to do. I'm not sure. This area, I have to do something about this area. Everything else I'm kind of okay with. The underside has some structure to it, and it's not just flat. The half blocks really do a good job there. But what I want to do next is fly out, find a bit of a nice rock, and get into mining. Some ice would be nice, so I can fill this up, and then we also can think about maybe adding some thrusters, maybe some hydrogen thrusters to the ship. I would have liked to have them for the side movement and the up and down movement, so that might be a bit better if we use the hydrogen, the O2 generator there. Good, let me find a nice rock. What I also want to do is color it a bit. Usually I go with a yellow, black, gray look for the industrial ships, or I might want to keep that. So let me work on that, and then I will come back to you. We will meet at the asteroid with the color chip. I thought this would be ice, but it is magnesium. That's good too. We can use that for ammunition, for nothing much else but that. So we also need this, yes. And now let us see that we grab a bit of that just for testing purposes, and I already like it. It's nice. What I could have done, and maybe I will do that, is I could integrate some built-in repair systems to maybe grab stuff that flies away, but as far as I know, this is just particles, basically, that the big rocks there that fly away. So we, on the other hand, I don't know. It wouldn't be good for again for components for the reasons that we discussed, but don't know if stuff gets away. Maybe I'm not sure. We will see. I like it. The ship fills up, but at the moment it still doesn't feel unwieldy. It does a good job of being able to still maneuver. I don't like to have overreacting gyroscopes, so that's a good thing. If the gyroscopes slow down, I don't mind too much if it's not behaving like the big ship, for example. The big ship was a bit crazy when it comes to gyroscopes, and we might have to add more. The ones I added are definitely not enough yet. So there might be some more gyros I need to add. So let us see how much stuff we got already. 27k magnesium in the cockpit. And oh, that's good amounts. Pretty fast that they filled up. That's good. That's really, really good. And we still have cargo containers. That is really, really working out well. See, now it slows down when it comes to the... Oh, that's good. Flying forwards and backwards is a bit more unwieldy than flying to the sides at the moment. Nice. I will go back and we will dock and see if that works too. And then you can see down there in the hotbar I have already put in the landing gears to be able to retract and to unfold, and the connectors to unlock and all that stuff, and we will test if that works. If that works too, then I am happy with the drill and we can keep it that way. Hopefully it doesn't make us any problems when it comes to maneuvering with the ship. I'm not sure. There were talks about some bugs again in the comment section, and I'm not sure where. So we will have to be we will have to see how that works out. Good. Let me fly back and then we will dock it. If that works, then I'm pretty happy and we can end the episode there. I really have to make them shorter. People don't watch the longer episodes, I have the feeling. Let us maneuver in and see how that works. I hope it works well. I had a bit of a mishap. The ship doesn't stop as fast as I think it does, and that's one thing I will have to address at one point. And I think it's mostly me that makes the problem there. I'm just too fast when it comes to flying towards an asteroid. So the landing gear is deployed. Now let us see. That's the next thing that we need, a camera or something, so that we can see where the docking point is without having to do these crazy maneuvers. I reduced the strength of the connector. I hope that's enough. We'll have to go a bit further back. Now the question that I have is, does the gear automatically... Oh, that's still very, very strong. So that's one thing that we will have to take a look at. But the gear held up pretty well, I would say. Any damages? Did the gear lock? The gear locked automatically. So that worked out. The ship should be empty now. Except the ice. I found a bit of ice. So that's where I crashed the ship a bit in, and I had to repair some things. But this worked out pretty well. I like the ship itself. I like it to be docked this way. That's good. The ship didn't... There's no damage that I can see somewhere on the bottom. And if this should happen, then it gets repaired immediately. So there were a bit of things said about power problems. I will have to take a look if this ship now provides all the power for the ship. No, it doesn't. 8 days. It doesn't. So good. That works out. Yeah, I would say that's all for today. The ship is done. I can use that now to go out and find some more resources. Again, I will have to address the stopping power of the ship that maybe needs to be adjusted. But otherwise, I like it. I like the design. I like the it's one of my typical throw it together and see how it looks designs. But that's how I work. I don't do this go into creative, build it and then rebuild it. I like to just have it flow. Good people, hope you like it too. If you do, please leave a like on the video. That helps me out. If you let me know if you like the shorter episodes more. People say I don't know, but yesterday I talked to Nathan and he says he is more into shorter episodes with stuff like Space Engineers, because I'm not doing a podcast here, and I would like to know if that's the same for you. Again, I saw a drop in views, a crazy drop in views for the longer episodes, and I will have to make them shorter to see if that does something. Good people, thanks for watching. I would say, hope you liked the episode. Again, if you did, then please leave a like on the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. See ya, guys.